Every 4 years, the world watches in awe as cities host the Olympics. But behind the scenes, there's a predictable pattern. The costs often exceed the budget. Consider the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Initially, the budget was set at $7.3 billion. By the time the Games were over, costs had soared to $15.4 billion. And this isn't an isolated case. Since the 1960s, every Olympics has experienced a budget overrun, some of them truly massive. This recurring problem highlights a common human error, the planning fallacy, in which our expectations rarely match reality. When planning, we often envisage the best case scenario. We assume everything will go smoothly, and we disregard the potential for problems, even if we've seen those problems before. We have a tendency to downplay our past failures and overplay our past successes. We quickly forget the projects where we missed the deadlines, but easily remember the projects we completed on time. This positive nostalgia then underpins planning for our next project. A further complication lies in the optimism bias. We naturally overestimate our abilities and the likelihood of positive outcomes. We believe tasks will be completed quickly and easily because that's what we want to happen. This unfounded optimism leads us to think that we will succeed where others have failed. However, this is rarely the case. Interestingly, although we fail to see the planning fallacy in ourselves, we can easily spot it in others. In planning, we also overestimate the benefits of the planned outcome. Cities hosting the Olympics often expect massive economic boosts. However, many end up with debts and underused facilities. The reality rarely matches the optimistic projections. This also affects our everyday lives. People take on home renovation projects, thinking they will increase property value more than they actually do. Students might pursue degrees expecting lucrative job offers that never materialize. We often expect promotions at work to make us happier, but they rarely do. So how can we overcome the planning fallacy and optimism bias? Firstly, we should use real data when planning projects and not rely on our memory. Historical data provides a more accurate basis for estimating time and resources, preventing the overly optimistic assumptions that often lead to overruns. Secondly, we should plan for worst-case scenarios by considering potential obstacles and setbacks. This means asking ourselves, what could go wrong, and preparing contingency plans to address these possibilities. Thirdly, we should seek external opinions for a more objective view. Impartial observers, not emotionally attached to the project, can provide realistic insights and identify potential blind spots that we might miss. Additionally, we must be realistic about the benefits that any undertaking will provide us. It's important to temper our expectations and consider the actual value rather than the idealized outcomes we hope for. This means critically evaluating the potential return on investment and being cautious of overestimating benefits. Simply put, we must acknowledge our biases, challenge our assumptions, and seek evidence to support our plans. Recognizing that we have a natural tendency to be overly optimistic and working actively to counter this can lead to more accurate and reliable planning. The planning fallacy and optimism bias can lead us astray. However, by recognizing these biases and taking steps to mitigate them, we can plan more realistically. The Olympics, despite their grandeur, are a testament to the challenges of accurate planning. But we can learn from these examples and in turn, improve planning in all aspects of our lives.